WKYT News at 5 o'clock. The Monday edition starts now. WKYT News at 5. Kentucky's primary election is tomorrow. For Lexington voters, if you have not voted already, we'll explain where you can cast your ballot.
All eyes are on the U.S. Senate race in the Commonwealth, where candidates focused on their final campaign push.
This is WKYT News at 5.
Good afternoon to you. This time tomorrow, there will be 1 hour left to vote in the Kentucky primary. The polls will look a lot different this year because of the pandemic.
Kentuckians were encouraged to vote by mail this year. For those who did not do that, only a select number of polling stations will be open in Fayette County without an appointment. Only Kroger Field from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. will be open. WKYT Shelby Smithson's live there now, going over what you need to know. Hi, Shelby.
Amber, Sam, most Kentuckians won't even visit a polling site. The Kentucky Board of Elections saying about 90% of total votes this election will be either absentee or early in-person voting, but there is still that option for those who want to vote in person tomorrow. Now, statewide, there will be 170 polling sites in Lexington. Right here at Kroger Field is the only location people can vote in person. Voters can enter through Gate 10 or Gate 11 and are asked to wear face masks as well as practice social distancing. Now, with this new process, officials have raised concerns about how to make sure people can't vote twice and that everyone gets a chance to vote once. Now, that's what the Kentucky Board of Elections continued discussing at their board meeting earlier today.
There is a security mechanism in this process, that mechanism is that the county clerks have to cancel the application of the absentee ballot from the voter that they applied to receive in the mail. Once that is canceled, that voter will then have the ability to vote in person. And any mail ballot that is then delivered after that point will also be flagged in the system so that the clerks will know to be able to pull those out. So this guarantees that someone doesn't have the opportunity to cast two ballots.
Now, we also talked to Fayette County Clerk Don Blevins about how results will be reported. Early in-person voting and tomorrow's in-person voting results will be posted tomorrow night, but Blevins says those results will be wildly inaccurate because next Tuesday, the Fayette County Clerk's Office will run all vote totals, including absentee voting, for a final tally, so it's likely we won't know race winners until June 30th. In Lexington, Shelby Smithson, WKYT.
Shelby, thank you. Fewer than 200 polling places will be open across Kentucky. That's down from 3,700. Most counties, including Fayette, as Shelby was talking about, only have one location open. You can check out this interactive map to see where you can vote on WKYT.com. And if you requested a mail-in ballot but have not received it yet, you will be able to vote in person tomorrow. The State Board of Elections says we'll be able to cancel your absentee ballot. Many people watching the U.S. Senate race here in Kentucky after weeks of protests. State Representative Charles Booker has gained momentum.
But Amy McGrath has a lot of support from other big-name Democrats. The two made a final campaign push in eastern Kentucky today. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is at the alert desk with the details for us. Garrett?
Well, Amber, it has been a busy last day for the two main candidates in the race. Charles Booker and Amy McGrath each made 3 stops today in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. Booker started the morning in Hazard with a rally there, also held rallies this afternoon in Pikeville and Ashland. These stops today wrap up his week-long statewide bus tour. This morning, McGrath met with steelworkers at a union hall in Ashland. She also visited a food pantry in Pikeville before ending her day meeting with voters at a diner in Hazard. The two candidates have been back on the campaign trail this week after months of campaigning largely virtually, and it's a different race now with Booker surging. Both candidates today spoke about what their messages mean for all Kentuckians.
A lot of people across Kentucky knew where I stand because they know where I've stood. And we're ready to bring this home. We're going to win this primary, and we will get rid of Mitch McConnell.
We need so many things here in eastern Kentucky. We need a senator that's going to work on good quality jobs here, who's basically going to care. Who's going to care.
As for Mike Breuer, campaign officials tell us he has no public events scheduled for this election eve. He has, though, been busy on social media. We expect high primary turnout this year. The Secretary of State says it could be historically high. Nearly 890,000 absentee ballots were requested. Through this weekend, more than 88,500 people voted early in person. Now, those numbers total up to 28% of Kentucky's roughly 3.5 million registered voters. Now, if you look back in the 2016 primary, which was a presidential election year and another Senate race, statewide turnout was at 20.6%, with less than 670,000 total voters turning out. The highest primary turnout in the past decade was 2010, when there was a Senate and House race.
Garrett, thank you. We're going to turn our attention now to the weather. A hot and humid start to the work week for us.
And welcome back to work. You came in time for all the muggies, right, Chris? It's something else out there when you walk outside.
I'll give you the humidity. Temperatures normal for this time of year, into the 80 to 85 degree range into many areas. And what we're dealing with as of right now is that atmosphere that is going to try to bubble up some showers and some thunderstorms. 84 degrees, not bad at all. Winds are out of the southwest. Humidity's up there. That dew point, as we talk about, as it gets closer to 70 degrees, that's when you start to feel the uncomfortable factor. And that is certainly the case as of right now. To our southwest, showers and some thunderstorms that are ongoing. Bluegrass region, there is nothing showing up into the central Kentucky area until we get into Liberty, Casey County. Thunder and lightning here, strong thunderstorms across the western part of the state. Got a wave of low pressure that is developing along our front that is off to the west of us. That's a front that will arrive in here as we get into the day tomorrow. But out ahead of this, you got the juicy air, the steamy air with the threat for some scattered thunderstorms. From southwest to northeast, watch how you get into the latter part of the evening. Those thunderstorms increase, and it may be a little on the noisy side through tonight with some rounds of showers and storms that would even take us into early tomorrow. That is with our front that makes its way on into town as the day wears on. We'll track that front and what it means for the rest of the week when I come back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Kentuckians continue to be impacted by COVID-19. Today, though, the governor reporting less than 100 new positive cases. Today, he announced 90 new cases, bringing the state's total to more than 13,800 people. The governor also reporting no new deaths today. Governor Beshear says Kentucky's numbers are in a good place right now. He used Arizona as an example of how quickly, though, things can get bad.
In just 3 days last week, they had over 7,000 cases. Right now, we're under 14,000 total cases. In 3 days, they racked up half the total number that Kentucky has had since the very start. So it's just really important as we move forward that we continue to do the best we can to follow these rules.
And more than 3,500 Kentuckians have recovered.
People once again were in Frankfort this morning waiting in line to get help with their unemployment. This despite state officials saying walk-up help would not be offered today. Dozens still took their chances. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more on what took place at the Health and Cabinet Building in Frankfort.
After ending for the weekend, unemployment help picked back up on Monday.
We've got 2 kids we got to take care of.
But not necessarily for everyone.
See what happens, see if I can't get in. A lot of people's not showing up for their appointments.
Eric Ratliff was put on a standby list because in-person unemployment help today was supposed to just be for those who didn't get help on Friday.
I just came up here hopefully if it's just an appointment, I'll come back, but I'll take anything at this point.
Jacob Bishop was one of the lucky ones Monday. After waiting 6 hours on Friday, he was told to come back Monday, where he waited just 15 minutes in line. And once inside, he said his claim was resolved in less than 5 minutes.
The problem was there was a question that asked if I was able to work full-time, excluding restrictions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And I put that I was not available. I answered that question incorrectly.
State officials say they helped 2,300 with claims last week, and they're working on more plans for more help this week.
I'm pretty frustrated. I try not to get into political views or anything that much, but I just ain't comfortable with a whole lot going on right now.
Most people whose claims have been resolved say that it was something very simple to fix. In Franklin County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
State officials say they will continue to assist people not helped last week through tomorrow before more in-person walk-up help is offered. The governor said today he is planning to make more in-person services available. The White House is defending President Trump's comments that he ordered a slowdown in coronavirus testing because the increased testing showed more positive cases. The White House says the president was joking, but during an interview with Scripps Television Monday morning, the president did not back down from the claim. The president is scheduled to visit Arizona, a state hit hard by the coronavirus, to tour a section of the border wall and to rally with supporters in Phoenix.
A golden alert remains out for an eastern Kentucky woman. Our county-by-county coverage at 5 begins in Rowan County. Emergency management says they're still looking for 25-year-old Caitlin Burchett. She disappeared back in April. They say that she somehow escaped from DNS Community Services in Clearfield. She was last seen here in Lexington. Investigators say Burchett is diagnosed with intellectual disability. In Montgomery County, we now know the name of the officer who rescued a woman from a burning home. We told you yesterday an officer rescued a woman from the home on Bridget Drive. Today, the Mount Sterling Police Department says the officer is Cody McDaniel. He rushed in to save the woman. He was able to get her out through a window with the help of a ladder and firefighters. The woman was taken to the hospital in critical condition. She's now stable. Family and friends said their final goodbyes to Congressman Andy Barr's wife, Carol.
Barr died unexpectedly last week at their Lexington home. She died of a heart complication. Carol Barr was just 39 years old. During today's service, the congressman took a moment to speak directly to the couple's young daughters.
Eleanor and Mary Clay, what I want you to always remember is that Mommy is happy in heaven because she loved you. She loved you more than anything else in the world.
The family is asking that donations go to the American Heart Association.
UK student athletes back on campus, able to do workouts, the screening process they're going through in 3 minutes. Plus later details on the new precautions in place at Kings Island.
Before you're getting up, we're getting the facts. Before you're getting dressed, we're getting it right. Before you're ready to move on with today, we're getting you ready to stand up to your morning.
Hey everybody, summertime is finally here, and that has a lot of homeowners thinking window replacement. Hi everybody, Joe with BJ Worzen, owner of West Shore Home. BJ, why is there such a big push for replacing windows in the summertime?
So, two main reasons, Joe. So the first is going to be durability, and a lot of people notice this when they try to open or clean their windows. Old windows are really hard to open.
Yeah, we have an old fixer-upper. I know we've been fighting sticking windows or windows that don't even open at all.
Right, and then the second reason people are looking to do it is energy efficiency. So it's getting hotter and hotter out. That means your system is working twice as hard to keep your home comfortable. People tell us when they install our energy-efficient windows, they're going to notice a difference immediately.
Wow. They can really notice a change that quickly.
You can, and you're going to feel that difference all summer long, especially in those lower energy bills. Joe, we make this so easy. We have all kind of styles and designs to choose from. We can do custom colors. We can do different grid options. Really, anything that you need to make those windows fit your home perfectly.
Nice. Good to know, because a big project like window replacement, you want it done right.
You do, and our guys are expert window installers. That's all they do is window installations, but don't take my word for it. Google us. Check us out online. Google West Shore Home, and you're going to find hundreds and hundreds of 5-star reviews.
All right, as we kick off our summer window project, do you have a special deal for us?
Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is make this really easy by giving us an amazing financing option. This is the best we've ever done. It's 2 years. No money down, no payments, and no interest. Plus, if you call right now, I'm going to take 50% off the installation cost.
BJ, amazing. Thanks so much, folks. Call the number on your screen right now. You heard BJ. Call the number right now. Get your project started and feel the difference all summer long. If you call right now, BJ's taking 50% off the installation. Plus, he's giving you 2 great financing options. You choose. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years, or your window or door project installed for as little as $99 a month. Call West Shore Home now.
Stay connected with WKYT on Instagram.
I'm Charles Booker, and I'm running for United States Senate, and I approve this message.
Have you been on the ground in Louisville with the protesters the last 3 days, Ms. McGrath?
I have not.
And why?
Well, I've been with my family, and I've had some family things going on.
I stand before you as your brother, as your cousin, as your neighbor, as your fellow good troublemaker. My name is Charles Booker.
UK student athletes have been making their way back to campus since June 8th.
The pandemic has forced every university to have a screening process, but there have been positive cases reported. Brian Milam joining us now with the details. Good afternoon, Brian.
Good afternoon, everyone. Where local athletics is concerned, it's the biggest topic going. We have seen schools like LSU and Clemson have more than 50 positive cases of COVID-19. That's combined. Now, what about the University of Kentucky? As you said, Sam, testing began June 8th, and according to UK, 106 football players were tested and 6 tested positive for past infection through antibody testing. The student athletes who tested positive went through an evaluation process and were subsequently cleared to participate. Now, as for other sports, the first of 2 groups of volleyball student athletes went through the initial screening process last week. They're cleared to return to activity today. Now, screening for men's basketball will begin June 28th, and with the return to activity planned at some point after that weekend.
Brian, thank you. The women's basketball team, as well as women's and men's soccer, will begin a return to activity in July. NASCAR is investigating an apparent racist message against the only full-time African-American driver at its top level.
Bubba Wallace made headlines 2 weeks ago after NASCAR heeded his call to ban the Confederate flag at all the events. Yesterday, NASCAR said that they found a noose in his team's garage stall at the Talladega Speedway. NASCAR released a statement saying in part, quote, "We are angry and outraged. There is no place for racism in NASCAR." Several drivers have voiced their support for Wallace since the flag ban.
He's got obviously a much different perspective than any of us do. That's one that I don't have, and most NASCAR drivers don't have.
I feel like he's taken a larger stand and just wanting equality and understandings. I'm really proud, and we'll stand behind him 100%.
Wallace responded to the racist message on Twitter saying, quote, "Today's despicable act of racism and hatred leaves me incredibly saddened and is a reminder of how much further we have to go as a society," end of quote.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Thermometers today, low to mid-80s across the entire area. Not bad at all. That's about normal for this time of year. Humidity's up just a little bit, and that humid feel is going to fire off some thunderstorms as we go through later this evening into tomorrow ahead of a cold front. Current temperatures again, 81 Somerset with a nearby shower thunderstorm, 82, 83, 84. That's what we're dealing with. This is our sky from our WKYT tower cam looking toward downtown Lexington, seeing some sun. Not seeing the sun. Well, you are seeing some sun. But on this particular view out of Somerset, we're looking toward a little thunderstorm that is to the northwest into parts of Casey County. That's the system we were just looking at on our tower cam out of Somerset. Now, additional rounds of thunderstorms are going up here across the western part of the state. That's the action here into Casey County. That is working into Lincoln County. That'll clip maybe the Eubank area into Pulaski County. Stuff drying up a little bit around Columbia. Oh, we got a few more thunderstorms that are now beginning to blow up around parts of the Bowling Green area, even east of that. You can see a greater concentration is off to our west toward sections of western Kentucky, and we're going to get that area of low pressure cold front to make its way through the region. That will give us more in the way of some showers and storms tomorrow. Listen, it's not raining all day tomorrow. You got a better shot in the morning of some widespread rain. Then as we get deeper into the day, sun, clouds will do a little fight, and a scattered thunderstorm as the cold front moves in. 75 to 80 generally tomorrow with cooler winds that will blow later into the afternoon. So we will change the wind direction. Mowing forecast, you can get some times in as we go through the next few days, but overall, we're going to continue to deal with that scattered thunderstorm risk. Hour-by-hour forecast through tonight and early tomorrow. Thunderstorms will increase. Some of those storms later tonight may be very noisy, so if you're a light sleeper, could be a little tough to go at it from time to time tonight. Heavy downpours as well. End of the day tomorrow, showers, thunderstorms will become more common to our east. We'll get a break. Here comes that cooler wind that will blow for Wednesday. Temperatures are generally into the mid to upper 70s. But even on Wednesday, there's a chance for a scattered thunderstorm. No one day is any shower or thunderstorm likely. Now, here comes this next cooler shot of air. Jet stream takes a dip across the eastern part of the country. That provides us with that nice air for Wednesday and into Thursday. By the time we get into Friday, temperatures are beginning to flip around a little bit. But again, we can't really do anything but normal into the coming weekend. Low and mid 80s for highs, 60s for lows. Daily threat for a shower or thunderstorm even during the weekend.
Normal, huh?
Chris, thank you. A gift of life given twice to one man from one family, and both given more than a decade apart. The story that you have to see ahead in Better Living.
And in 3 minutes, we're learning how Kings Island plans to reopen and welcome back visitors.
Live Drive Traffic is sponsored by Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
2018, Amy McGrath lost a winnable House race. Then she supported putting Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court. Now she's running as a pro-Trump politician. I'm Mike Breuer, and the people of Kentucky cannot afford 6 more years of Mitch McConnell. I'm a retired Marine Lieutenant Colonel. I've taught in our public schools, and I'm a farmer. I'm not Washington, D.C.'s candidate. I'm Kentucky's candidate. I'm the real Democrat, and I approve this message because I'm the only candidate who could defeat Mitch McConnell.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthDocs.com to view a video of Dr. Johann Osbo on advanced treatment for cardiac arrhythmias. Baptist Health Lexington. Be a healthier you.
I'm Charles Booker, and I'm running for United States Senate. And I approve this message.
Have you been on the ground in Louisville with the protesters the last 3 days, Ms. McGrath?
I have not.
And why?
Well, I've been with my family, and I've had some family things going on.
I stand before you as your brother, as your cousin, as your neighbor, as your fellow good troublemaker. My name is Charles Booker.
Get the money you need now. Apply for a home equity line of credit at Cumberland Valley National Bank today with no payments for 6 months and low rates. There's never been a better time to tap into your home's equity.
At ARH, we want to keep you healthy by bringing your healthcare provider directly to you, no matter where you are. Our ARH virtual care service provides a seamless interaction between you and your provider without the time and cost of travel or risk to exposure to germs and infection. By simply using your phone or computer, we are providing a safe and easy way to connect directly to your provider. We can also bring our virtual care service right to your vehicle by using our curbside care program. Just pull up to a designated area and use a tablet that's set up and ready to go when you arrive. See your provider. Never miss a scheduled appointment and refill your prescriptions, all from the safety and convenience of your home or vehicle. Simply call any ARH clinic and we will assist you step by step on how to take advantage of ARH virtual care. No matter where you are in Appalachia, we want to help keep you safe and provide the care you need when you need it. Appalachian Regional Healthcare, the healthcare system.
A message from Mr. Monopoly.
Hello! I'm so excited that the Kentucky Lottery wants me to give away part of my vast fortune for their new Monopoly Scratch game.
Play the new Monopoly Scratch Off and win $250,000 instantly.
How many people live in Kentucky?
Hit the road with Don Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save over $10,000 off MSRP on the all-new 2020 Jeep Gladiator Overland. Plus, get the all-new 2020 Ram 2500 Tradesman or the 2020 Ram 3500 Tradesman as low as $41,995. Start your next travel adventure today at Don Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Kings Island is reopening in just a few weeks, and today we're learning what you can expect.
And you can expect several new processes and precautions. The amusement park is asking for cashless payments. You must download the Kings Island app to do that. You're required also to wear a mask. Someone will be doing temperature checks at the front entrance, and seats on roller coasters will be limited because of social distancing. Kings Island reopens July 2nd for season pass holders. It reopens July 12th to everyone else. A smart ring to track coronavirus. That's the option the NBA is offering players as they head back to the court next month. The maker of the Aura Ring says it can track a user's health data and even predict if users are about to show symptoms of coronavirus infection. It's designed to monitor sleep, pulse, your movement, heart activity, and temperature. The ring's about $300. It's one of several wearable devices being studied to see if they can detect COVID-19.
It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. The company that makes the antiviral drug remdesivir is about to test an inhaled version of the medication as potential COVID-19 treatment. Remdesivir is the only drug that now has the emergency use of FDA approval to treat COVID-19 infections. The medication is currently administered through daily IV infusions at a hospital, but Gilead Sciences says the FDA has given the company the green light to start trials of an inhaled version. Gilead says that they will screen healthy volunteers for phase 1 trials this week and hope to begin studies in COVID-19 patients in August. A Florida man has received the gift of life twice from the same family. In a rare set of kidney transplants, a husband and wife donated their organs to the same man 16 years apart. Naomi Ruckham has their story.
Jeffrey Granger and Terry Harrington have an extraordinary bond.
They're family. They're not friends, they're family.
It began 16 years ago when Terry's husband, Brian, died in a work accident. His organs were donated to 4 people, including Jeffrey, who is suffering with diabetes complications. He received Brian's pancreas and a kidney.
Just knowing that their lives are moving forward and that they're growing and that they're living life, seeing that is a healing process.
Terry and Jeffrey met a year after the transplant and remained very close. Then last year, Jeffrey's donated kidney began to fail.
I didn't want to call Terry and tell her, but I did. And I wanted her to be one of the first ones that knew. And she said, "Don't worry about it, you'll get mine." I was like, "You're crazy, girl." But I ended up with it.
The transplant was performed at University of Florida Shands Hospital. Dr. Kenneth Andriani says with more than 100,000 people waiting for a kidney in this country, living donors are critical to address the shortage.
Most situations, a person who receives a living donor kidney will have that organ last nearly twice as long as if they received the average deceased donor graft.
Terry and Jeffrey hope more people will give to others if they can.
If they're healthy and there's somebody that needs it, step up and get tested to see if you can be a living donor.
If one person gets saved out of this story right here, I think we've met some kind of goal, but the more the merrier.
They're both grateful to be able to make more memories together. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
County clerks are making final preparations ahead of tomorrow's primary. We're talking to Jessamine and Franklin County clerks about what this year's primary will look like.